Moving on to real estate, home prices across the country posted an annual gain of, get this, 1.6% in August. That according to the Case-Shiller 20-city composite. Now, this marks the weakest annual gain in over 2 years and falls well below the 3% inflation rate, meaning homeowners who might want to sell someday, well, they might be a little glum. Mortgage rates above 6.5% weighed on buyer demand during what should have been the busy summer season. With us now to dig into the latest real estate trends are Dolly Lenz, CEO of Dolly Lenz Real Estate, and Jenny Lenz, its managing director. Let's start with that interest rate. Fed expected to cut rates by 25 basis points tomorrow. You know, I believe that mortgage rates are connected to the 10-year Treasury, not necessarily to what the Fed does. Dolly, what do you say?
I mean, any mortgage rate reduction is welcome, obviously. Yes. Any Fed rate cut is welcome. You know, I have news for Jerome Powell. Kindly please make it 2 this year. We need it, and it's good for the economy. It's going to be good for everyone. It trickles down all the way through the system.
Right. We're hoping for one tomorrow. We're hoping for one again maybe in early December and a couple next year as well. And that will really help the first-time home buyer more than anything, who we've seen re-enter the market this month, for sure.
Yeah, we definitely want people to be able to get into the market, get that market moving yet again. Dolly, Bank rate says mortgage rates have fallen below 6.5% now. Has that been a catalyst for sales? Yes. Are you seeing more people getting into the market?
100%. Well, first of all, open houses are busy. People are calling. You know immediately. Like, I might not be watching, but I know from phone calls and activity. It's crazy. It went down half a point, just over half a point.
Yeah, and so affordability is the main issue, though, because since pre-COVID, we're 53% higher.
Wow.
Right?
That is just
a staggering number.
Staggering.
We have 27 straight months of increase in prices, so the median home price is about $415,000 now. So that's really the issue, right? Mm-hmm. But at the same time, like we said, mortgage rates are coming down, so we are seeing our friends and clients dip their toe in the market, which is super exciting. This September, they made up a lot of the existing home sales. So first-time home buyers made up 30% this year,
huge.
And last year it was 26%, so a 15% increase. So we're going to see that.
Well, that's encouraging. I've got to say, we wanted to see that for a long time, and you expect to see a lot of first-time buyers in the market. Let's talk a little bit about geography, okay? Dolly, I know you're focused here, but I know you understand the entire country when it comes to real estate. What parts of the country are doing well right now?
To be expected, the parts that are doing well are actually blue states. It's because everybody fled, everybody's coming back, and prices have bottomed. Okay, so you're looking any place like New York. New York pricing is bottomed. Looking at Florida, Florida's expensive. So there's not as much transaction volume. However, prices are very high still.
Right, so it would stand to reason that anywhere where people fled, right, is actually not doing as well because people did move back, right? Mm-hmm. And developers went down there, went to Florida, went to Texas, and built and built and built, maybe a little bit too much now, and people are moving back. So you're seeing more of a deal in those places, besides places that have so little supply, like a little Palm Beach or
And we're seeing a new trend, which before was kind of like you were in or out of some place. Now we're finding people are trying to be in both. So they want to be in Florida and New York. They like the taste of Florida. They like the taste of Texas. And they want to be in both. Right. So they're finding ways to maybe, go down a bit in one apartment and buy another one elsewhere.
Interesting. I want to ask this question, though, because we spend all our time talking about buyers, right?
Yes.
We never talk about sellers.
Yes.
Case-Shiller is reporting today annual home price sales are slowing. The price is slowing. Mm-hmm. What do you tell sellers right now?
If you don't price it right, you're not going to sell it. Price sensitivity is the #1 thing in the marketplace. So sellers have to really bite the bullet and just go in at the right number, because otherwise they're just going to sit there and not sell.
Right. If they're looking to numbers that we've seen in the past year, they're likely not to get them. So if they say, oh, that house next door sold for 20% more than mine did, it's a different market, right? Yeah. So you have to price it well, like Dolly said. Mm-hmm.
So I said I wasn't going to talk about it, but I am. NYC mayoral candidate Mamdani, Mamdani the commie, as some people call him, looks like he's going to clinch the election a week from today. Yeah. Is this going to impact New York real estate in a negative way?
Well, short term, definitely. Okay, everybody's gearing up for it. Sellers of townhouses in particular. Imagine you own a townhouse in New York. He says he's going to reduce police You don't want to be in a townhouse. You want to be in a doorman building, right? So that is a
A
problem.
doorman building in Idaho. You
Yeah,
know what I
exactly,
mean? Like,
exactly.
I think a lot of people out there
Very
are saying,
safe,
New York,
very
are you
safe.
kidding
Exactly,
me?
exactly.
What do you
See,
say,
that's
Jen?
Yeah,
Gotta go,
same
though.
thing. Like people are a little hesitant right now, so they're renting over buying, seeing what's going to happen. Like anything, right? You're not going to buy your biggest asset right now, given we don't know what's going on.
A little pause in the market.
Yes,
Right.
They're definitely. But
Interesting.
it'll come back, just like it did with some other mayors we won't mention that weren't so good.
Right. It's only 4 years.
Yeah.
Only 4 years. A lot can happen in 4 years, ladies.
What's happening in 1 year?
Dolly
Yeah,
and
so
Jenny,
great.
thank you so much for coming on.
Thank
really
you.
appreciate your
So
being
nice
here.
seeing you. Thank
So
you.
nice